And global condemnation grows over alleged war crimes in Ukraine, driving Europe towards more sanctions on Russia. Well, Russian forces are pressing on in Ukraine's east and south. That's despite that international outrage over civilian killings in Bucha. Let's get a sense of what's happening on the ground. Kieran McQuillan is in Lviv. Russia appears to be pushing on with its attacks. Kieran, what's the state of play?
Yeah, as Russian forces pull away from Kiev, it seems that shelling now is intensifying around the country's south and east. The Ukrainian military says that its forces have retaken some towns in the Chernihiv region and that humanitarian aid is being delivered. At least 7 people were killed and 34, including 3 children wounded in a rocket attack in the second largest city of Kharkiv. 10 buildings also destroyed in that. The news agency RPK Ukraine is announcing that the road between Chernihiv and Kiev is now reopening. So it does look like Russian forces have withdrawn from around Chernihiv, as they said that they would do. More Russian missiles have landed in Odessa. The Ukrainian officials say that they've struck very, very critical infrastructure down there. And in the 4th straight day, those Red Cross team that were trying to get into Mariupol have been unable to do so.
Ukraine has called for an investigation into Russia's war crimes. The difficult job is finding this evidence and documenting it. How much evidence does it have to support its case?
Well, there's an expression out there which says that journalism is the first rough draft of history, and certainly there are a lot of images that will be around from what we've seen over the weekend, video, photos, eyewitness statements that have all been given to the media. President Zelensky has promised to investigate and prosecute all alleged war crimes, and he's set up a team of prosecutors and other legal people to come in there and have a look at this. And there are some journalists here who did cover the Bosnian War, and I heard one of them being interviewed this morning. He said that at the time that he was in Sarajevo, there was talk of that there would be a criminal investigation or war crimes investigation of the Bosnian Serbs because they were putting mortars or sending mortars into Sarajevo, killing innocent people there. He didn't think that he would end up about 10 years later standing in a courtroom in the International Criminal Court in The Hague, which was investigating all of those war crimes in the former Yugoslavia. So there possibly is quite a little bit of evidence now being gathered on the ground, but it's really important that these formal investigators get in here, that that there are independent investigators, not just Ukrainians, on the ground. Otherwise, there will be the conspiracy theorists out there in the world will certainly be saying that this is being stage managed, as Russia is also claiming today.
And Kieran, briefly, what more can you tell us about China being in touch with Ukrainian officials?
That's right. So Dmytro Kuleba on his Twitter feed today said that he had had a conversation with Wang Yi, the state councillor and de facto foreign affairs and foreign minister of China. They have actually spoken before on the phone a couple of times, but it is interesting that this conversation does come after these images at the weekend.
And thank you for that update. Kieran McQuillan reporting from Lviv.